Hi, it's Akasha. Welcome to my podcast, 100 Days Podcast. Today, 7th. Can you see that? 7th. Alright, so today I want to talk about what motivates me. I've been studying English for 5 years and I've been filming this podcast for 85 days. 85 days, which is insane. I think I'm good at sticking to what I start, and what motivates me. How can I do that? What motivates me? To be honest, there is nothing special that motivates me. You know what? I just film this podcast. I study English because I did yesterday. I'm gonna film this podcast because I do today. So, I do because I did yesterday. I'm gonna do because I do today. Something like that. That's how I film this podcast and that's how I study. Does it make sense to you? Some people say, you need goals. Just get about 900 points on the TOEIC or change jobs to a foreign company, something like that. You need goals. Actually, I don't have any specific goals. I just want to become fluent in English. That's it. Yeah. So, you know what? Studying English is like brushing my teeth, having a bath, eating, sleeping, something like that. So, and to be honest, I don't want to call study because just I do. It's like I do English. I do English. I don't study. I do English. Yeah, doesn't make sense to you. Yeah, this is what I think. This is what I find studying. All right. So yeah, there is nothing special. There is nothing special that motivates me. I just do because I did. I'm gonna do because I do today. That's it. Alright, thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. So today, 8th. Can you see that? Alright. So today I want to talk about what is my native language. I know this episode sounds silly, but I want to talk about it. I feel like my Japanese has gotten worse since I started learning English. Strictly speaking, I can't get my story straight. Of course, I know. Even in English, I can't get my story straight. But I'm supposed to speak Japanese well. But yeah, even in Japanese, I can't get my story straight. Before I started learning English, I think my Japanese was better, because I thought I was good at explaining. But in my short podcast videos, I don't speak in Japanese. But in my longer ones, in my longer podcast videos, I explain in Japanese what I say in English. I film this video, I film a podcast videos, and before uploading them, I check the videos, and I always think, why this person is me, why this person is not good at Japanese. His native language is Japanese, but he is not good at Japanese. It is me. I don't know why. Yeah. So, you know what? I don't think my English is not good. and my Japanese is not good either. So what is my native language? So yeah, I don't know. I have to improve. I have to learn Japanese, and I have to learn English. What am I talking about? Anyway, so sorry, I don't have many topics to talk about because I've been filming this podcast for 87 days, 86 days. I forgot, but yeah, I know this is an excuse. But anyway, yes, once I decided to film this podcast for 100 days, that's what I do every day. So today I was talking about what is my native language. Alright, thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. So today, 9th, can I say that? 9th. Alright, so today I want to talk about I didn't start learning English because I liked English. When I started learning English, I didn't like English at all. I couldn't understand, I couldn't speak English at all. I was like, what is English? What is it? Something like that. There are many things to learn: grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation. There are many things which was pain in the neck, to be honest. I hate it. But some people say though, you will become fluent in 2 years, or in a year, or in a couple of months. Yeah, 2 months, 3 months, you'll become fluent. And I believed it. Alright, okay, only actually 2 years is long, but alright, I'm gonna study only for 2 years because people say you can become fluent in English in 2 years. Okay, I believe it. Okay, I put my mind to it. I put my mind to studying English only for 2 years. Alright, let's do it. And I started. You know what? Actually, after 2 years, I realized I can't speak English well, fluently. I couldn't understand what native speakers say. I couldn't explain what I wanted to say. Yeah. After 2 years, I couldn't become fluent. But I don't know why I didn't give up. And in my 3rd year, I decided, okay, I will definitely become fluent this year. But after 3 years, I can't speak English. You know what? It's been 5 years since I started thinking so. Okay, this year I will become fluent. This year I will become fluent. Actually, next year I will think so. Yeah, again. Okay, in my 6 years, I will become fluent. Yeah, definitely I will think so. Next year. But yeah, definitely, the more I realized, the more I learn, the more my English skills improve. That's why I didn't give up. You know, little by little. Yeah. Sometimes I think, okay, my English skills will not become better. Alright. But I've never thought I wanted to give up. Yeah. I don't know why. But yes. So I realized the more I learned, the more my English skills improved. That's why I didn't stop learning English. And also, you know what? I don't have any friends. I don't have their yeah, then there is nobody who can speak English around me. So only me, only I can speak English. So it feels like I'm unique. That's why I didn't stop learning English. Maybe it can be one of the reasons. Yeah. So anyway, what was I talking about? Yeah. When I started learning English, I didn't like English. Yeah, I didn't start learning English because I liked English. That's it. Alright, thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. So today, 10th. Can you see that? 10th. Alright, so today I want to talk about how many hours do I study in a day. It's been 5 years since I started learning English, and I'm an intermediate English learner. How many hours do I study in a day? I study for at least 3 hours a day, every day. Of course, I include the time when I spend studying during my commute, because yeah, my office is not so far, but quite far from my flat. So I find it important to study English during my commute. Yeah, I'm going to talk about what I do during my commute tomorrow. So today, I'm going to talk about what I do at home. After work, and I have dinner, and after dinner, I do shadowing practice. And now, of course, obviously, I film this podcast and I speak, I speak English in front of a camera, and I check my English. And what else? I learn vocabulary with duo. Sometimes distinction, I use distinction. And what else? Active listening. This is important. I watch sex education. I've watched sex education many times, but I still watch it. You can watch it on Netflix, and I do active listening. Yeah, and I watch sex education. What else? I think that's it. So, yeah, I study for at least 3 hours every day. And yeah, that's it. So, I'm so curious, how many hours do you study a day? If you are at my level, how many hours do you study? I'm so curious because I don't know why on YouTube people don't say that I study for how many hours I study. People don't say that. That's why I'm so curious. Yeah, and I wanted to talk about. I'm an intermediate English learner. I think there are lots of learners. There are lots of learners like me. So I'm so curious. How many hours do you study a day? Alright, that's it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. So today, 11th, can you see that? Alright, so today I want to talk about how do I study English during my commute. Yesterday I was talking about how many hours do I study in a day, and I said my office is far from my flat, so I find it important to study during my commute. What do I do? Yeah, how do I study English during my commute? Okay, first, I write in my diary in English. Usually, I write in my diary book, but when I don't have time, I write in my diary on my mobile. So this is what I do. I write in my diary in English. And the second one is I learn vocabulary with Anki. Do you know Anki? I love this application Anki, and sometimes I use distinction up. So I learn vocabulary. I learn vocabulary with Anki every day, and sometimes I use distinction. So what else? I listen to podcast. Yep, I do love podcast. So that's why I'm filming this podcast now. I love podcast. And so lately, I've been listening to ETJ English podcast. Do you know ETJ English? So I love this channel, YouTube channel, and also podcast channel. So he has good. So I've been listening to ETJ English podcast. And what else? Oh, I speak to myself during my commute. Of course, I don't speak to myself on the train. It is so weird. And I mean, when I walk to the station, I speak to myself in English. You know what? As long as I'm wearing earphones, people might think that I'm talking with someone. So I don't care. Maybe some people find me weird or creepy, but I don't care because I will never meet them again. Maybe. So, as long as I'm wearing earphones, people might think I'm talking with someone. So it is totally fine. That's it. So I write in my diary and I learn vocabulary with Anki, and I listen to podcast, and I speak to myself. That's it. All right. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you tomorrow. Bye. So today, 12th, can I say that? All right. So today I want to talk about there are two types of learners: those who become fluent in a couple of years, and those who become fluent in 8 years. I don't know why 8 years, but yeah, there are no statistics. But I often hear you need 8 years to become fluent. And on the other hand, some people say that you'll become fluent in a couple of years or 3 months, especially on YouTube. Actually, often here, you'll become fluent in 3 months or a year. All right, okay. I don't say that it is impossible, but it is really difficult to become fluent in a year or 3 months. But anyway, so in my case, I couldn't achieve it. I couldn't become fluent in a year. Actually, it's been 5 years since I started learning English. Now, what do you think? If I can speak English well or not? All right, to be honest, Japanese words often come up to me and pop into my head, and I get stuck on words. Yeah. So I don't think I can speak English fluently. I still struggle. So okay, I couldn't become fluent in a couple of years, and 5 years I couldn't achieve. So now I've been trying to become fluent in 8 years. 8 years. Okay, I believe that way. I don't know how to say that. Yes, that one. But I'm just worried. I worry if I can achieve, if I can become fluent, if I can become fluent in 8 years. As I said, Japanese words often pop into my head, and I often get stuck on words, and there are lots of things to learn. So I worry, but I've got no choice but to do that. You know what? I can't, I burned my bridge. Yeah. I've got no choice but to study. I've got no choice but to learn. I've been filming this podcast for 90 days. All right. So I just study. Anyway, what do you think? So do you think, I don't know. If you're like me, why not try to become fluent in 8 years with me? So shall we try together? Anyway, what was I talking about? But anyway, I wanted to talk about this one, 8 years. I often hear 8 years. Yeah. One of them, 8 years or a couple of years. Yeah. I couldn't achieve this one, a couple of years. So I've been trying to become fluent in 8 years. All right. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. All right. So today, 13th. Can you see that? All right. So today I want to talk about it's not so bad that it takes time to learn to speak English. I said yesterday, I couldn't become fluent in a couple of years, especially on YouTube, on TikTok. Some people say though, you'll become fluent in a couple of years, but I couldn't achieve it, and there is nothing wrong with it, because it might be that there are lots of people, learners like me, those who wanted to become fluent in a couple of years but couldn't. There might be few learners who become fluent in a couple of years. Of course, if I can say I became fluent in a couple of years, it sounds better, but I couldn't achieve. And yeah, I want to help someone like me, because you might have experienced what I experienced, so I would know the answer you want. So yeah, I think there are lots of people, learners like me. It takes time to become fluent. That's why I said it's not so bad though it takes time to learn to speak English. I've experienced a lot of things. I can't say I became fluent in a couple of years. I've experienced a lot of things. I might have experienced what you want to know. Yeah, I want to help you if you're like me. Alright, thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.